So we were in Seattle, and there's this thing that's near a bridge, where you go under this bridge, and they have this these clear walls where you can see the salmon swimming up the salmon ladders. Like they have everything set up with these clear like glass walls, and you can watch it. It's really pretty badass.
Yeah.
But the guy who was there, who was the the guide of this thing, who's explaining us how this works and which kind of salmon you're looking at and the whole deal. He was like, my uncle worked on the Bill Gates house. He starts talking about Bill Gates' house and where Bill Gates' house is and where he lives. And I remember thinking, like, how weird must it be if you're so rich that all everybody wants to do is talk about, like, hey, my friend worked on his house, his house. And I was like, well, what's it like? And he just starts describing. He goes, well, he has like some sort of a submarine access in case he's getting kidnapped. Like someone's trying to jack him, they can get in a submarine and shoot out into the river. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know even how much of that is even true, because this guy seemed like he was missing a little piece of his brain.
Yeah. So start really adding stuff to
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, how much of this is urban myth?
I know that they were reporting even, like, I don't know, when that house was built 10, 15 or whatever years ago, that even back then there was shit in his house, because it was super high tech, of like if you walked in a room, music would play, and as you left the room, music would die down and pick up in the next room. So that, it had like, which I think you could probably, a regular person could probably do something like that now, but like that was unheard of.
Yeah, I think you wore a pin. You put a pin on, and that pin, as you walked into different rooms, recognized that you were the person. So you had specific colors that you liked. So there'd be like backlighting that was specific.
What's it like to be his kids? Like, he's big on, he's the one that started that giving pledge, which is like for billionaires to give the overwhelming majority of their wealth to charity, so that you don't pass on billions to your children.
Right.
You like, so his thing is like, I'm gonna leave my kids money, but not like crazy money. Which you're like, yeah, that's, I totally get the idea behind that, but also like, if you grew up with his, you're his kid, and you're like, oh, we got lions this year or whatever, and then you're like, you grow up and you're like, I'm a photographer now. My dad left me $5 million, but like
$5 million is great.
It's great, but my thing is like, it's such a step down from what they're used to.
I don't feel even remotely bad for some fucking kid who gets $5 million from his dad.
I don't feel bad. What I'm saying is that adjustment has to kick you in the balls.